What is up, monsters? Real Monsters here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're hopping back into the Innsmouth case. Innsmouth? Whatever. Either way, we're hopping back into the game. My voice is a little off today. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I'm probably not going to read through a whole bunch of chapters because, one, it's getting kind of late, and two, my voice and stuff. So we will see, but let's go. Finally, Innsmouth. You examine your surroundings while you stretch your legs, trying to unwind from the stressful journey. No artist could have adequately captured the serenity and beauty of this place. A clear blue sky lights up the town square, which is paved with bright limestone and surrounded by neo-colonial buildings reminiscent of 19th century New England. A fresh sea breeze, crying seagulls, and locals going on about their business. In the center of the square, water trickles from a fountain. As you stretch your limbs and breathe the air, you're suddenly startled by the water feature right in front of you. The fountain is an enormous fish-like brass creature, an open jaw lined with shark-like fangs, spouts brackish water down its massive, inhumanly contorted body. As if that wasn't enough, there appear to be human bodies squirming underneath its massive claws. Their faces are as contorted as yours is right now. How long have you been standing there? Eyes wide open in shock, you feel utterly paralyzed. You start to scan town square and notice more and more disturbing details. On every corner you spot ornamental statues and reliefs of fish. But these are not your classic harmless kinds of fish. These are pagan symbols and grimaces of supernatural creatures from the darkest crevices of the deep sea. In surrounding houses, you can see faces pressed up against the windows. All locals appear to be watching you. You suddenly start to think that the cries of the seagulls sound particularly human-like. They sound like humans crying out in pain. What happened to the idyllic scene from a few minutes ago? Ho! Welcome to Innsmouth. Turn around. Oh, it's a lady. Welcome to Innsmouth. How nice of you to visit. That's my lady's. It's my lady. It's my lady voice. Small elderly woman waves at you from afar. She beams at you as if you were her long-lost grandchild. She seems very different to the boors you've met so far on the bus into town. Her squealing shakes you out of your nightmarish panic. It's so good to have you here. I've noticed you're very taken by our local fountain. It was built in 1704 by Abdul Necrotus, a favorite artist and friend of Charles Dexter Tillinghast, the founder of Innsmouth. Sorry, that was a long pause. The central figure was a present, and it was supposed to be commemorative of their travels together to Cairo. You can clearly see the Egyptian influences in Necrotus' work. Here and here. She points wildly in every direction. And here. But I'm sure you've already noticed this yourself. You look like someone who knows his way around art, she says with a wide smile. You are still in shock. She beams at you. Of course, I'm an art historian. She enthusiastically starts clapping and squealing. A small plump person in a garnished costume who finishes off all of her sentences with a delighted chuckle Oh, I noticed that at once. How rude of me. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Muriel Pooping Place. That's funny. This is a good voice for her then. I'm the director of the Parks Commission, chief tourism officer, and head of the welcoming committee. Ta-da! Behind Muriel, there's a ramshackled wooden information stand, lovingly decorated with balloons. A colorful painted sign reads, "Welcome to Innsmouth." Muriel tiptoes over to her information stand and picks up a whole load of flyers and leaflets from the rickety display cases. She looks down at all the paper in her arms and briefly shrieks with laughter. My goodness, why don't you take this city map to begin with? Useful, you think. You take the map and put it into your coat pocket. Would you like to find out more about our wonderful town, which has been awarded the East Coast Stunning Town Award for several years in a row? And would you? Sure, why not? Muriel claps her hands excitedly and squeals. She begins unfolding one of her maps and points at 3 different locations in town. The town center here should be next stop on your trip. There's a lively up-and-coming shopping street in Innsmouth, and since May, our local fountain has even had real running water. Muriel starts waving her index finger at you. I know what you're thinking. This town is being too showy for its own good, but I can assure you we've all kept our feet on the ground, even after the whole thing with the East Coast Stunning Awards. Her finger points to a different area on the map. The old town, Innsmouth, is completely preserved. You'd think nothing was ever done to the facades of the tiled houses. I swear I can read. Within 4 miles of here, you won't find any new buildings. Her face has unwillingly slipped into an expressionless mask due to her sheer boredom of it all. And then she points at the coastal line on the map, the amazing beach promenade, a dreamy beach, and a bar that serves all the drinks your heart desires. I hope you brought enough stress with you, because at the beach, pure relaxation awaits you. Small woman chortles. Thank you. Thanks ever so much, ma'am. Muriel seems delighted. Nothing gives me more pleasure than ensuring visitors have a great time in our pretty little town. Will you be staying for a few nights? I can only recommend staying as long as you can. There's just so much to see. Trust me, by the end of your stay, you won't want to leave. How long are you gonna stay? It's a short trip. Oh, what a shame. Muriel's enthusiasm quickly fades from her eyes, and she drops her hands, which are still holding the colorful flyers. I hope you find what you're looking for. Have a great time. Her eyes move past you and settle on a tourist family right behind you. Seemingly at the flick of a switch, she's back to her gleeful demeanor, bouncing over to the family and waving her brochures. You head further into town along the cobbled road, in the direction of the coast. Not long ago, the sun was bright in the sky, but already the first wafts of mist are creeping into the shadows. The air feels thicker and the sun can no longer penetrate the fog. Time to think about where you want to go. You slow down. You lean your briefcase against the wall and start pacing up and down the quiet alley. You've got an important choice to make right now. The city center is in the north. Even from afar, you can see the outlines of the old, ornately decorated buildings in the main town square. Here you should find the police station, the main shopping street, and, of course, the town hall. As the coastal town, Innsmouth also has a harbor. From your research, you found out that this is a bustling area with a dreamy beach. You expect there to be mostly tourists. According to your research, the only hotel in town, the Gilman Hotel, is located in the old town. You think about checking in. You could do with a freshening up and getting rid of that bus smell that is still clinging to your clothes. Just as you are about to set off, your heart leaps in your throat. You've forgotten your briefcase. This has never happened to you. You usually take good care of the little you possess. Wow, I kept reading that incorrectly. There's nothing you could do about this now. You'll have to wait until your return journey. Wow, to find out whether someone has handed it in to Lost and Found. Still, you could swear that the briefcase was already gone when you got off the bus. You decide on. Oh, man. Well, if he's saying that it's already... Well, I'm probably exhausted from the journey, I would think. So, I would say the hotel, and then we'll hit the city center, like, tomorrow. Okay. You recognize its roof from afar, and, after a long walk, it is now before you in full splendor, the Gilman Hotel. At least it's easy to see that it once must have been a gorgeous building. The hotel resembles an old English country estate, but in its present state, it would be suited as the setting for a very predictable film about teenagers and chainsaw killers. Great, of course. Wild and withered ivy has a firm grip on the walls and obscures the details of the richly decorated facade. Facade? Facade. I think it's facade. 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 Whatever. I think it's facade. Me and English, man, I swear I'm good at it. A gallery of gargoyles melted into unreal shapes by acid rain and acidic pigeon droppings lines the roof. Interesting, okay. The many window panes have been neglected for years. Only in a few places has a small area been wiped clean in order to see outside. There are 2 cars in the parking lot, a vintage car with large rust spots and a large gray van. The kind of van you've always been warned about as a child. So the thing is I'm not suspicious about man, you know, I'm not really suspicious about any of these places or anything yet. I mean, yeah, he's like, yeah, the kind of van you've always been warned about, but I mean, I have a work van that's a white, like, nondescript van. Like, it's a work van. So, I mean, a lot of people, like, you see that a lot. A lot of people work out of those vans. That's what they were originally made for. So, I don't think that I don't know if it's trying to push me that way. There's not really a reason to inspect the car. So, we will, we'll walk around the hotel. You decide to go for a little walk around the estate. Your initial impressions of neglect and decay is confirmed on the other side of the hotel. You pass a small garden, which once must have been very beautiful. That is until the person in charge discovered alcohol as a more fulfilling hobby for himself. Between weeds and waist-high patches of grass, you find tons of bottles, almost all of them high-proof kind. Further back, you find piles of discarded furniture, half hidden in the bushes. It seems as if they came from the hotel and someone was simply too stingy or lazy to call the bulk waste collection. The furniture seems to have been lying here for some time, and rain has made it wet and moldy. Whoa. That's how you know it's late, man. My eyes are... Whoo! The chairs and tables are smashed, and the mattress is tattered and full of rusty brown stain. That's gross. Without a doubt. Rusty brown stains. Well, tomato juice. What? Wine? I'm trying to think. Wine stains. I know it stains whatever color the wine is. Rusty brown stain. I would say paint, maybe? I don't know. Sure, the last leg of your tour takes you past the side exit of the hotel. Judging by the smell, there's fish on the menu, and the garbage truck clearly comes by it on an irregular basis. Yuck. Why would a business that relies so heavily on first impressions let the facade of their building deteriorate like this? The Gilman Hotel is probably the only one of its kind in Innsmouth. It's either staying here or sleeping on the beach. You really hope the inside of the hotel has been looked after a little better than the outside, but you're quickly disabused of that notion. The massive wooden door is difficult to open. Shouldn't the staff be doing this anyway? With a loud creaking sound from the hinges and an exhausted puffing and painting on your part. Oh, panting. Wow. Sorry, I'm thinking of the paint that I picked. Oh my goodness. And panting on your part, you manage to open the door and enter the lobby of the Gilman Hotel. You wonder if the guests are even welcome in this place. The room is sparsely lit. There are impressive chandeliers hanging from the ceilings, which, if working, would perhaps not quite give the grand hall back its original splendor, but at least convey more warmth. Your first steps tell you that there are rotten floorboards hiding underneath the thick carpet. The green wall paneling, the wallpaper, also appear rotten and musty. Sort of wet. Oh man, no way am I gonna check into the well, honestly, the moldy dump, yeah, like, you'd get sick. You just get fucking sick, dude. Let's go to the reception. Before you let yourself be distracted by the questionable interior design and the associated health issues, you walk purposefully towards the reception desk. A small greenish creature stands behind the counter. The loud humming ceiling lamp above harshly illuminates his silhouette and gives his face hard edges. You can make out every individual speck of dust and dandruff on his green velvet collar and crooked shoulders. Maybe they should be dimming the lights after all. A wink. The figure smiles at you, or perhaps it's more of a grin. His face unsettles you. You lean forward at an angle to get a better look at him. The corners of his mouth reach all the way up to his dried up ears. Oh, weird. Okay. His smile looks like it's painted on. His beady eyes lie deep in the cavity of his skull and seem to stare in opposite directions. Has he even blinked yet? And on top of it all, he smells funny. How can I help you? You're startled and take a step back. Welcome to the Gelman Hotel. My name is Cornelius My name is Cornelius Gilman III. Sorry, I choked on like my own saliva. How may I be of service to you? That voice is gonna be a pain in my ass. The man's gaze remains unchanged, and his unnatural smile still seems to be etched into his face. You're still surprised that he can talk with the expression on his face. Just a moment ago, you could have sworn he was an inanimate puppet. Just like now when he's not speaking. What's wrong with your face? You have beautiful eyes. I would like to book a room, please. I would like to book a room, you begin, and manage not to blurt out, in a different hotel. Perfect. The Gilman Hotel is delighted to be able to welcome you as a guest. May I ask whether you're in Innsmouth for business or pleasure? How long will you be staying with us? Would you prefer a view towards the beach or the skyline of our exciting town? When would you like to be woken up? Do you sleep deeply? Are you traveling alone? Do you have family? Who knows that you're here? Can I interest you in our spa, fitness, and wellness activities? Would you like to subscribe to our newsletter and the Real Monsters channel? How long can you hold your breath? Answer all the questions. Okay. You tick the box next to pleasure, wink wink. Oh god, some of these I just can't with some of these. Like, how is it something that you're gonna let me say? Oh man. Business. For about a week. A view of your room, wink wink. Oh my god, what the fuck is up with this? Well, I mean, I'll be totally honest, me personally, if I was in something like this, I'd like a view of the city. The beach would probably be the most beautiful to look at, but I like looking at the skylines. It's kind of my thing. You know, when skylines like light up at night and stuff like that. That's why I like being close to New York. You get a nice a nice lit skyline at night, and you can kind of see from across. You know, it's nice. For the sake of this, we'll just go to the view of the beach. I never sleep. Would you like to be woken up? No, damn it. I never sleep. I kind of just want to put that on there. I'll say 6. Do you sleep deeply? Odd question. As deeply as my feelings for you. I never sleep. Are you traveling by yourself? I'm always by myself. Maybe tonight I won't be by myself. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? Dude, this is so funny. These are some of the funniest answers that you could possibly pick. I kind of just want to go back and just do all the bullshit answers. Oh man. Do you have family? I wish to start a family. I have this goldfish called Al. Oh man, that's so funny. Who knows you're here? Al knows. Can I interest you in our spa? Do you like going to the steam room? Oh man. Would you like to subscribe to our newsletter and the Real Monsters YouTube channel? I do not want. Oh, I will kill anyone who tries to get me to subscribe to their Curse newsletter. I'll pick that one. That was funny. How long could you hold your breath? Are we done now? Can I go back to my room? The concierge's expression did not change a tiny bit for the duration of your conversation, let alone did he blink. Thank you very much. That was all we needed. And now all you need to do is sign here. He tilts his strangely shaped head over to the guest register. XXX Noob Slayer 555 XXX. Man, these are good answers. I'll say J-Do. Sadly, we're all booked this season. There's only one spare room. Here's your key for your room 666. Enjoy your sleigh. See, you would know that if you're an Ice Nine's Kill fan. They have a song called Enjoy Your Sleigh, which is about The Shining. Anyway, you look at the key, which has magically appeared on the counter. Then your eyes slowly wander past the man to the wall where countless other keys are hanging. What now? Book wellness sections. Go to the room. Ugh. You look at a golden panel with the layouts of different rooms and floors. Room 666. There it is. 4th floor, left wing of the building. You walk up the stairs to the upper floors, but you can still feel the eyes of the concierge on you. Panting, you finally reach your floor. An almost endless corridor spreads out in front of you. At the other end, you can see a dark figure who seems to be as lost as you are. Didn't the building look much smaller from the outside? You walk down the corridor when you notice the figure approaching you. Your brain is mentally preparing itself for benign hotel small talk. But wait, it's you! You walk a bit farther, and you realize you're standing in front of a mirror. That's why the corridor looked so vast. The mirror marks a fork. According to the room numbers, your room should be further on the left. In the corridor, towards the right, you could see a small yellow sign on the floor, maintenance. What do? Go to your room. After 2 more confusing turns and giant mirrors, you reach room 666. Finally, you're going to drop your stuff and take a nap. Good plan. Of course, the door resists being opened. You jerk the key back and forth in the lock until you hear a satisfying clicking sound. A soothing warmth hits you as you enter the room. Immediately, the synapses in your brain switch into energy-saving mode. The trip to Innsmouth has probably taken more out of you. More out of you more than you had thought. That's a weird sentence. They forgot like a comma or something. More out of you more than you. Yeah, it's a weird sentence structure. You don't even notice the rest of the room. The sight of the bed makes you yearn for a little shut-eye. That's right. You're supposed to do something else. A little girl needs to be found, and the reward for it needs to be paid into your bank account. It's only when you march to the closet that you realize you have nothing to unpack. After your briefcase mysteriously disappeared, all you have left is a very basic survival kit, a toothbrush, and travel bottles of various care products that you had stuffed into your coat pockets in a rush. You go to the bathroom and position your treasures around the sink. A handful of ice-cold water is enough to refresh you. Good thing you didn't go straight to bed. Who knows? You might never have woken up again. Now that you feel a little more refreshed, you leave the bathroom and survey your tiny kingdom. Your place is furnished only with the bare necessities. Your bed is flanked by a chest of drawers. At the window, there is a desk with carved ornaments, and next to the bathroom door, there's a huge, massive, dark wardrobe which extends all the way up to the ceiling. The yellow floral wallpaper is slowly detaching itself from the walls in some places, and on the wall, you can see a range of paintings with elaborately decorated frames. What do you want to do now? Examine the pictures more closely. Since this room has not been equipped with a television, you are left with art as your only entertainment. The first picture shows a ship in a choppy sea. The motif looks familiar but pretty. The impressive fight of the small ship against the huge forces of nature. Half hidden in the background, you can see a small spot of light. You have to squint and walk even closer to make out a lighthouse. Even some elements of the town are visible. Could this be Innsmouth? You turn to the next picture and immediately take an involuntary step back. You are looking at a grouchy, weather-beaten man, the embodiment of a sailor, complete with a captain's cap, a full grey beard, and a thick black coat. The painter of this work opted for a frontal perspective rather than a more advantageous side angle. His head slightly raised, the man's piercing gaze seems to be fixed on something in the far distance. A small spark of light drowns in his sinister eyes. Odd choice for the hotel room decor. The third and last picture hangs on the adjacent wall, an idyllic view of the beach on a quiet day. A pair of lovers with their backs turns to the viewer. He is wearing a white shirt. She is wearing a yellow dress. The two of them are in an embrace on a sand dune and look towards the horizon. This image fills you with a profound sense of calm. What do you want to do now? Leave. You are now reasonably refreshed again and ready to face the town. Armed only with your wallet, your mobile phone, and a photo of the little girl, you step out into the corridor and lock the room door. You turn right at the first fork, then left again. Right? Anxious to get out, you suddenly find yourself at a dead end. After trying a few other left-right combinations, you finally find a golden sign on the wall which shows you the way to the stairs. As you walk down the circling stairs, you look at the reception on the first floor. The eerie, almost mechanical smile of the concierge greets you. It's as if he has nothing better to do than watch your every move. Head directly to the exit. Discussing the details of your accommodation seems like a waste of time to you. With quick steps, you hurry out of the building, but you could still feel the eyes of the concierge on you. Time to go look for Tabitha. The town center. Okay. And it is saving. We are in the town square. We are going to end this one here. I'm sorry, it is late. My voice is a little, it's not working as well for me as it should be. So we're going to pick up here within the next video for this game. I'm super excited to see how this goes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be staying like overnight and stuff. You do see like the pentagram behind like the Cthulhu and everything, so that's pretty interesting. And it's interesting that they gave me room 666, even though like it's like a Lovecraft. So I thought that was a little interesting. I don't remember Lovecraft having like 666, but I guess if he does, I guess I just don't know well enough. But I hope you guys are liking the content, and I hope you guys are liking the videos. Let me know down in the comments below if you are, and if you have other recommendations or anything else that you would want to see down there as well. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so we can do bigger and better things within the future, like charity live streams. Help grow the community so we can give back. That's all we've asked. But alas, we must wait, because now is not our time. And anyway, as always, stay awesome, guys.